Hi there, welcome back to Anne's Space. Thanks for joining me again on my travels around the UK. So yeah, I went to Glastonbury. I gave a teaser in my last video. If you haven't seen that, flick back and watch it. But yeah, Glastonbury I loved, and I also have here more of my time in Bristol. So yep, stick around and you'll see what I saw. So this morning I'm on my way to Glastonbury. No, not to the festival. I've timed it a little wrong for that. But just to have a bit of an explore. So we're just going through the town of Wells. It's a slow journey, but it's actually been really pretty. So don't mind the delay. Well, here I am in the funky little town of Glastonbury. I've had my Cornish pasty and now I'm going to walk up to the Tor, T-O-R, which is a high point in Glastonbury, and hopefully I'll get some beautiful views. As you can see, it's super warm again, lovely and sunny. Back into just the t-shirt. Oh, it's so nice to have days like this, really enjoying the warm weather. Fingers crossed it lasts. So on my way to the tour, I came past the Glastonbury Abbey, and I thought I'd pay the £10 and have a look around. While I'm here I can, and I haven't actually paid to enter lots of things with the exception of the Roman baths yesterday. So I'm going to enjoy it, and this is actually well, apart from going back to Bristol for tomorrow, this will be my last time really to get a chance to look at a British abbey. No doubt there will be some when I get up to Scotland though. We'll talk about that when I get there. I didn't realise how big this whole area was. It's amazing. That was the building I was just in, took some photos. And oh, look at that. The ruins. This just seems very legitimate, very natural, like it hasn't really been restored, which is cool, it's what I prefer. Just the thickness of these walls are amazing. So you can see it's really been built to last and naturally crumbled away over many centuries. So it's certainly an amazing place to walk around. As usual, there's a school group over there, but I'm just imagining what it would have been like in that time, you know, nothing at all like we have in our lives. You know, it's not so hard for us to cast our mind back with the history, you know, and everything that's left, but there's no way that they could have imagined what life would be like hundreds of years later. It's a very cool place to stop and just dwell. So I'm right down in the guts of that building. Is this perhaps a sacrificial table, or is this where services were held? They've done it really well. They've put in a few little areas so you can walk down safely. Oh, it's very cool. And this is where I am now, is actually the only area that I've seen so far that's actually painted. Look at these fine ladies, aren't they beautiful?
Sorry, I've got a piece of plastic in my hand.
Oh, you look beautiful. Amazing.
Yeah, a bit cheap plastic, yeah, definitely.
I did stop and talk to the ladies and found out that the reason why they know so much about this abbey is because there was written word left. So they were able to just read what had happened. That's where I'm heading now. Right up to the top there. That's the Tor. So yeah, it just sort of pops up out of the surrounding countryside. As you can see, it's really interesting just walking along these streets. So many different houses, some of them look occupied, and some of them, like this one here, doesn't. So again, I've distracted. This is the Chalice Garden. I'm still on my way to the tour. Isn't this cool? So this whole area is very much alternative lifestyle, and you can see why the Glastonbury Festival is here. It's really cool. So this sort of epitomises Glastonbury. We've got the music, we've got the guy over here, and everyone is just so chilled. Lots of cyclists come through, police keeping an eye on things. It's just a wonderful place. So Momo, I am on my favourite spot on the buses. It's a double decker and I'm at the top. So I'm just leaving Glastonbury and I'm going to actually stop in another town called Wells that I saw on the way down. So I'll just flip you around as we go up the main street of Glastonbury. So it looks like Wells is another walled city. It's literally, I don't know, 10 minutes up the road by bus from Glastonbury. Just waiting for a car to go past. Always nice to take a video when we've got live music. Wells is quite different from Glastonbury. There's certainly not the, excuse the expression, hippie atmosphere at all. And the cathedral here that I've just walked up to is right on the edge of the town. So there's a bishop's palace in here, and I think the cathedral's further around. This has been home to the bishops for 800 years. It's paid entry, so I'm just going to have a quick little look around, see what I can see before I have to pay a fee. Yep, so here's the Bishop's Palace in Wells. Another very spectacular building. And how beautifully is that lawn mown. Too soon, it was time to jump back on the bus and head through these beautiful fields and off back to Bristol. And as you can see, the day remained beautiful the whole time. So this area is called King's Road and it's just around the corner from the hostel, and on a sunny June afternoon, where do you go for a drink? King's Road. Well, back in my hostel in Bristol, and I had to change dorms, and this is the view from my top floor dorm. So that's a pretty nice view. Certainly can't complain about that. 5th floor. Good morning from a very, very sunny Bristol. So today is my full day in Bristol. I'm going to do parks, I'm going to do churches, I'm going to do museums. So keep watching and I'll share them with you. That church behind me there is another bombed out church. So it's really great that they keep them as a memorial that was bombed in World War II. It's really interesting to be inside St James's Priory, which is the oldest building in Bristol. There's no one else here compared with the Bristol Cathedral that I went to the other day that was crowded. And yeah, it's sort of funny how something a little bit out of the way and not quite so ostentatious just doesn't draw the crowds. But it's lovely to enjoy it on my own. So I've just come up John Cabot's Tower. Now I went up John Cabot's Tower in St John's last year in Nova Scotia, so it's really interesting to be here in Bristol where I believe he started from in his ship Matthew. So I'll flip you around and show you some of the views. Now that's Queen's Road Row down there where I went the other day to look at those amazing all adjoined houses. And down here, this way is towards where the hostel is. And there's all those pretty little houses, reminiscent of St John's again. And just like that, you're in the countryside. And over there on the horizon, that's the suspension bridge that I walked over on my first day. So definitely worth coming up here, and bonus, it's free. How good is that? So I had to do a bit of searching to find this Banksy piece of art. This is called Well Hung Lover. It was pretty cool, but unfortunately it's a bit of graffiti on the same wall. So, well, I've just had a really interesting hour or so in Bristol Archives, finding out all about my mother and her parents, which is really interesting. There was quite a bit there, so really pleased that I made the effort to go there. But on the way back, look at these pretty houses. So much like St John's in Nova Scotia, which I've already mentioned, but I wonder which came first, St John's or here with these lovely colours. So this is a bit interesting. After going to the archives earlier this afternoon, I found the address of the shop that my mum bought and ran in number 2 Clevedon Terrace. So here I am outside the shop. So that unit there is number 4. So I'm thinking her shop would have entered through here. So that was, from memory, 1938. And yeah, here am I in 2024 standing outside the shop that my mum owned. No longer a shop. So I'll do a little bit of videoing around because this is for my children so they can know where their grandmother and my grandchildren's great grandmother had her shop. Clevedon Terrace. It's a row of shops diagonally across the road. And yeah, I've walked probably 20 minutes from the dockside area where I'm staying. So this one here and that there would have been her shop. So that is pretty cool. So I just walked a wee ways down the road from where I took the videos and photos of Mum's old shop. And it's actually quite a nice area. There's some rather nice houses behind these hedges. So yeah, I'll try not to linger taking photos of people's houses. But yeah, quite nice. Well, good morning. I'm on another train. I left Bristol this morning at 8 o'clock and I've been on the train for a couple of hours. And I'm heading towards Manchester, Piccadilly. But no, I'm not staying there. I'm actually moving on. It's really a full travelling day today, and I will be ending up in Glasgow in Scotland. So really looking forward to getting into that area. From memory, it's very beautiful. So not much videoing today, but it will be a good day to catch up on all my editing and cleaning out my photos. So I'll finish my second Bristol video here with just a few more photos. Some of them are a little bit confronting, but yeah, loved my time in Bristol and so pleased that I went to the archives. So thank you for watching, and until next time, bye for now.